We're heading coast to coast, never searching for the shore. We're going to the city where we get all our support. We're the next best thing while y'all are coming up short. All the fans, they want us, ladies really love us. Haters always run up, man, they try to fucking shove us. But when we tell them glove up, we turn fighters into runners. Come around here, get done up, you know we on the come up. Woken from a slumber, boy, don't give your girl my number. And you ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows now. You ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows it's us.
It's like I'm looking for a rival. Been thumbing through my lyrics like they were verses in the Bible. Rehearsing the verse like every single line was vital. You do this shit for fun while I do it for survival. I'm coming out hot like the bullet from a rifle. I'm headed to the top, boy, I think I'll take the title. I'm entitled to this throne and I've been waiting quite a while. Been talking behind my back, but your girl, she likes my style. I'll add her to the list, then I'll throw her on the pile. Come in with a poker face and leave you with a smile. You came to face the facts, but you're all still in denial. Throw it on the vinyl, like you can miss my raps. Haven't heard that one in a while, bitch.
And you ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows now. You ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows it's us. Everybody knows it's us. Everybody knows it's us. Everybody knows it's us.
I'm just up and dancing.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows. 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows?
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
Man, day after day is just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with a ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the lying in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you, and I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music, but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear, and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, we are live. And how are you today, Pooks?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. You know what? Life is all good. If I'm moving around, you have to excuse me just a little bit. I'm trying to do a little setup as I'm talking, but you know, it's a beautiful Tuesday. Today is the 29th of January. And you know what? Life is good today. Life is excellent today. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see all of you. Come on in, share, like, do whatever you got to do, and get your butt in here and let's talk. I am so happy to see all of you. And just Shipwreck, if you can watch, and also if you can watch a little bit, Pookie. For some reason, I'm not getting the WTF Moments room. I'm only getting the radio room. So I can't monitor that. It's not that I'm going to ignore you. I just can't see it. So anyway.
I'm watching.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to... Oh, where is that? Geez. There. And... Wow. That's odd. You know, life is funny. I sit here and look at all the stuff that happens. And you know what? I'm just in a good mood today. No matter what happens, life goes on. Life finds itself. And life is just good. You know?
Yep.
Everybody, I'm letting everybody know today, Minx is going to be back next week. And welcome her back with open arms. I've been in here plugging away at it. So, you know, it's all good. I'm going to miss doing the show because I really do enjoy talking positive. I've actually gotten some good reaction. I've gotten some people coming to me who were looking for a little bit of help, and that makes me feel good. And so I'll still be on Kaza's show as a co-host. And who knows, maybe if something comes open or if someone decides, the powers that be and the interwebs the way they are, maybe they'll throw me into another area at another show. But for now, I'll be hosting with I'll be co-hosting with Cause, and starting next week, I'm going to be streaming on Monday and Wednesday with Grunt Gaming Network, which is affiliated with WTF Nation Radio.
That's cool.
Yep, I'm going to be. I think I start at 4:45 Eastern Standard Time, Mondays and Wednesdays.
That's cool. That's cool. I saw you playing Baldur's Gate today.
Yeah. You know, I like RPG games and I like strategy games. Excuse me. Those is my things. I like things that I can pause if I need to, get up, walk around, or talk to people. So, y'all will see me bouncing around. Please come and say hi. If you've seen my posting, like my posting, go check John Al out, or even go to my page. But if you go to John Al, follow me. You'll see me, even though I'm going to be doing it on Twitch. I'm also going to do my streams during the week when I'm not on Twitch in John Al. So I'm kind of, about probably be available 4 or 5 times a week, one way or the other. So just so everybody knows, thank you for listening, Pook. I didn't want to ramble on too much here.
No, that's all good, man.
Okay. Everybody, I'm going to give you my normal safety briefing for the winter. If you have winter asphasia, if you have depression, if you find that you are physically fatigued during the winter, what should you do, Pookie?
Take some vitamin D and hit some red light.
There you go. Have you not been hitting the vitamin D and red light? I heard that yawn.
Oh no! I woke up extremely early today for some reason. I have no idea why.
Okay, we'll let it go then. Well, that's cool. So vitamin D and red light. Vitamin D helps absorption of many minerals that help give you energy that you get during the summer because you're exposed to sun. The red lights, okay, I have to distinguish UV versus red light. You can go tan if you want to. That's UV. You will get the benefit of the vitamin D. But if you're like me, I can't do that. I have sensitive skin. I get cancer. So I go into red lights where there's no UV. Okay? That makes all the difference for me. I don't get cancer, but it helps my body feel better. It gives me that ability to feel energetic. It takes away some of the fatigue sometimes. For those of you that are gingers, meaning redheads, for those of you that are fair skinned, you definitely should be thinking about this, okay? Oh my, I did not realize. There we go. You need to think about that in particular because for some reason, the fairer the skin, the more in trouble you get with yourself. So keep that in mind, please. Anyway, and Ray, yeah, certainly it does help with depression. My mind went straight to red light district. I love it, Ray. Good. I like the way you think.
Bubba Jack says the D helps all.
I bring it up every time because it is winter. If it was spring or summer, I'd be talking about things like putting suntan lotion on and things of that nature. Because I care, and people forget stuff. It does not take much to forget some of this stuff. So keep it in mind, folks. Don't forget, male and female. Okay. There is Valentine's Day coming. For those, yeah, there we go. Now some of you, you're single, or some of you don't care. Those of you who are married, Just
Should be
keep it in
buying
mind.
flowers for your significant other on a daily basis.
Exactly. But once a year, make it even a little bit more special. Just because if you don't, that may mean you may be sleeping on the couch for a little while. But
Doghouse.
but it doesn't take much, folks. Okay, acknowledging that day just with flowers. That it really does not take much, and you will make her smile. Wake up and just kiss her and on the cheek or on the forehead and say I love you and make her breakfast. That a lot of times is better than flowers. So keep it in mind. Okay? Holiday is coming up. Keep it in mind. I know a lot of us, I'm not one who exactly thinks that Valentine's Day should be around because I believe in pampering my wife year round.
There you go.
But we do have to pay attention to this stuff. So there's your warning, guys. All right. So onwards and upwards. How has your week been, Pooks?
So far, pretty slow, man. I like my slow weeks. You know that. Just been
Yeah.
playing video games and sitting around and pampering that jacked up back of mine from last week.
Now, how'd that go? Did Did you have to get more medicine, or you okay now?
No, I'm fine. I just take my aspirin and my ibuprofen and my Ranger candy, and I'm good, man.
Okay. All right. Well, back spasms can be rough on people, and they can make it really hard to get around. So, be careful with it. If it comes down to it and it doesn't go away, I'd honestly think about a chiropractor at this point, bud.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it's like a nerve thing now because the VA is saying that my skeletal stuff looks fine, but I don't trust the VA half the time. You know that.
Well, I don't go to a VA chiropractor myself. I actually go to a civilian, and he and I came up with a deal. He likes military, so he went ahead and cut me a deal, and he takes my insurance and a little bit. He asked me just a little bit out of pocket, not a lot, and he makes sure that I can walk around. So it's important. Don't let it go for too long, or it actually all those muscles around where it's out will get worse, and they'll actually start pulling out other vertebrae. Okay.
I got you.
Okay. And I'm seeing some chat over here in Mixer. They like my haircut. Oh, okay.
You got that old school Sergeant Major look.
Yeah. Well, what could I say? Oh, and Grunt Gaming Network. Yeah, they're planning to play Anthem, I think. And me, when I play, it's going to be more of RPG and strategic. I will probably be touching on Skyrim, Galactic Civilization, Sins of a Solar Empire, and Baldur's Gate.
A game that you should check out if you like strategy games is called Planetary Annihilation. It's pretty legit.
Okay.
You get a chance to check it out. It's fun because it's these little robots and you get spread out in outer space and you can like smash moons into planets and destroy planets. It's pretty fun.
Oh, cool. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. So don't lose sight of me. Come, check me out. In the tag today, you will see John Al Page. Follow me. I'll keep you up on where I'm at and what I'm doing. Check out my website if you want to. If you have stress, if you want to look into things, contact me there, and we'll talk about that way. If you want to talk about that, or you can private message me on my page. I'm around, people. I am here for you. Hey, D-Max, it's good to see you, man. It's going to be, yes, I'm going to be on Twitch. Twitch is what Grunt gaming network right now streams on. So that's where I will be. It is still affiliated with WTF Nation Radio. And they do play a lot of shoot 'em up games, but that's not me. So anyway, my week, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have a bad week. Very, very busy. And this is me being honest. I'm a little down. It's not that I'm not positive. I would have liked to have kept going with this show. But that's okay. I'm still around, so you'll be able to find me. I actually like being able to reach everybody. I've had people reaching out to me since I started this show, and I enjoy it. So don't be intimidated by the fact that I talk on WTF Nation Radio. Don't. Okay? Soon as I'm done here, I go down and I sit down and I relax like everybody else. I watch TV like everybody else. I'm just a regular person like everybody else. Okay? So don't think that you can't approach me or talk to me, because that is nowhere near the truth. I have people talking to me, and you know what? I have so many ways of contacting you and making sure that we can actually talk face to face if we need to. So it's all good, okay? Other than that, that's been my week. I mean, last week, get this. Last week, we replaced an old window, okay? Thing was crumbling, falling apart. Wood was falling on the cement down underneath it, okay? Needed to be replaced. Finally got it replaced. And we didn't think to put the shade back up. For a couple of days, I didn't even think about it, but the sun was coming in directly and waking me up early. And I couldn't figure out why I was so tired.
You getting woke up before you're supposed to wake up.
I was. It was horrible. Finally, I figured it out. We put up the shade again. It's great. And get this. I didn't realize how much that window was actually leaking out warm air. We replaced.
Did you modernize it?
It's a nice window. It's insulated. Okay.
All right, you got one of them double, triple pane ones that are pretty decent.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, my house is warmer now, just from that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much you can save just replacing windows.
Exactly. So, just
you start talking. My lingo is the construction side of shit, man.
Well, I can only replace one window at a time. It ain't cheap. But
no, it's not.
But you know what? I'm good with it. I mean, I'm glad that made such a difference that it did, and I'm glad I made that decision. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I hope you all are doing good today. Share me, like me, pass it on, get your friends to come in. You gamers out there, touch on it, man. Give me a little bit of love. Everybody out there, we are here for each other. If you've got things going on with you, come find me. If I can't figure it out, I know someone who can. Okay? So, with that being said, let me see.
You did mention something about the cold. It's going to be really cold here in the next week or so. So y'all be careful up north.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. They're talking that Arctic flow is coming down, dipping down, and if it's not cold enough already, it's going to get worse. So
they're saying -60 wind chill in Chicago.
Man, can you imagine that? That is going to
that's Antarctic weather right there.
Yeah, that is going to shut stuff down. So be aware, people. Be careful out there, my friends. Okay. Oh,
cover your face up, cover your hands up. Exposure. I mean, you'd be surprised in that kind of wind chill how quickly exposure like happens. You'll get frostburn instantly.
yeah. And as far as Tyler, you know, you thought supposed to chug a gallon of milk or OJ for your vitamin D? No. Okay. Vitamin
No,
D,
that's
the vitamin D that you need has to be absorbed. Otherwise, you actually, you know, milk does not carry enough vitamin D. Not even close. If you have to, go get vitamin D pills. Okay.
the sun is your best friend if you can tolerate the sun. It really helps with the absorption.
Yeah, exactly. So just, you know, be careful, Tyler. No, milk not going to help as much as going out and actually getting vitamin D capsules. They start out at 500 and go all the way up to 10,000. You take one twice a day. Okay, that will help. And you can go up exponentially according to what you feel works. It's not going to do damage to you. You piss it out. So, just so you know.
Water soluble.
Yep, water soluble. Okay, you know what? I feel like doing a story because this one is kind of fun. Police seek volunteers to get drunk for them. Many respond. Participants are required to be willing to drink hard liquor until inebriated. A Pennsylvania police department's request for volunteers to get drunk for law and order purpose generated a predictably enthusiastic response. The Kutztown Police Department sought 3 volunteers to drink hard liquor to the point of inebriation so officers could be trained how to administer field sobriety tests during traffic stops. A call for volunteers on Facebook accumulated hundreds of responses and over 1,000 shares in less than a day. The post was soon updated with the news that the department had its volunteers from the April 4 training session. Volunteers were required to have a clean criminal history and have a responsible party to take care of them after the training.
This blows my mind. They actually looked for volunteers, and all they would have had to do is just wait for a drill weekend at one of the damn like National Guard posts, and they would have been good. They would have had plenty of people to test on.
Yeah, I mean that if you think about it, it's like, hey, just drive up to a National Guard or Reserve weekend and go, hey guys, and it would have been all good. I love it.
Exactly.
You know,
You said that was in Pennsylvania, right?
yeah, it was Pennsylvania.
Does the article say what city?
Just said the Kutztown County Police.
Oh, I got you. All right.
So, hey, I you know that's one I'd love to hear the follow up on. In did extra people show up?
I'm pretty sure there's probably been like 100 people standing in line for free booze.
Well, and you think now that they've advertised it, how much of the local news media is going to be there? To just sit there and say, now here they're training police officers how to do this. I love it. Life. You can't make a lot of this life stuff up. It's fun. Hey, I got a question for you. Have you ever heard of Cannibal Corpse?
Oh yes, I have.
Okay.
It's probably one of my favorite metal bands, actually, to tell you the truth. If you've ever seen what's it, Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
That metal band in the movie, the first Ace Ventura movie, is Cannibal Corpse.
Okay. Cannibal Corpse guitarist warned of the rapture as military-grade flamethrowers were found inside his home before his arrest.
Oh yeah, that guy's in a whole hoopla. He's a Florida man too. That's the funny part about it. Huh?
Gee, Florida, wonder about that one, huh? There are still many questions stemming from a bizarre story of Campbell Court's guitar Pat O'Brien being arrested last Monday. O'Brien is being charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer with a deadly weapon and burglary of an occupied dwelling with assault or battery. O'Brien broke into a neighbor's home, threw one of the people in the home, a woman, to the ground and ran to their backyard where he hid behind a fence. When cops surrounded him, he tried to charge at them with a knife, but was tasered and arrested. Yesterday afternoon, O'Brien appeared in court wearing an anti-suicide vest with his ankles chained together, and bail was set at $50,000. He was told by a judge that he would need to pass a drug test if he were to be bonded out of jail. While this was happening, O'Brien's own house was being burned down, and firefighters had much trouble putting out the blaze. Today, new details have emerged. Tampa Bay Times indicates the calls to 911 for neighbors and noted there might have been a domestic dispute inside the house when firefighters entered the home, they had to quickly evacuate after realizing it wasn't safe, as they had to duck for cover because explosions were still going off. It took firefighters over an hour to fight the blaze, and they stayed throughout the night to make sure it didn't spread to neighbors. The next morning, 6 houses surrounding O'Brien's home were evacuated because of something that's inside the home. Investigators are still trying to determine the cause of the fire. The melee has resulted in an investigation being opened by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Yikes. Go ahead.
No, I don't know about Florida, but I know in Virginia you can legally own a flamethrower.
Well, it's not that I don't think you can't own it. It's just when a fire happens, it's going to
it causes a massive hazard. I got you.
Yeah. And in WFTS in Tampa is now reporting that there were military-style flamethrowers inside the home, making the fire much harder to battle for firefighters. It should be noted that it is legal to possess flamethrowers in Florida. Firefighters got multiple calls from neighbors alerting them of the fire.
There you go.
Yeah. So
everyone should own a flamethrower, man. Everyone.
So speaketh the Pooks. Oh my. That is
sounds like he partied a little too hard. He hit that cocaine a little too hard and went on a binge.
Yeah. I kind of wonder about that. And AL1 Camo says it's minus 40 in Iowa. Whoa, bud.
Is that wind chill or actual temperature?
Okay, AL1. Is it wind chill or is that actual temp? Wind chill.
Okay. That's the kind of wind chill where you can go out and throw a boiling cup of water and it starts to freeze before it hits the ground.
Yep. And El Slippy Fist, I will be on Twitch. Okay, that starts next week. Hobby says it's 50 in Seattle. Yeah, whatever.
It's warmer in Seattle than it is in Florida right now.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No, I live on the other side, Hobby. I get right now. Today I woke up to it being in the 20s and frost everywhere, and it didn't. Even though the sun came out, there is still snow on the ground, and it didn't melt. That tells you how cold it is. My cats just were out there, just basking in that sun, and if I let my outdoor cat out because she saw the sun and was like, ooh. And within 15 minutes, she wanted to get her butt back in her bed.
Yeah, cold ain't no joke.
No, it is not. You have to be careful of that stuff. Always always, when you go out in the cold, dress in layers.
You see, it hit 60 down here in Florida, and people are bundled up like it's freezing. I'm rolling around in shorts with no shirt on.
Yeah, right. You're used to that stuff. Now, and I kind of am at this point. But because of my physical problems, depending on what time of the week it is, I have to take a shot twice a week. And usually the day of my shot and maybe the day before my shot, it's wearing off. And so I start feeling the weather pattern or the weather moving through, and it causes ache. So, like today, I've been a little achy because tonight's my shot. So, not a big deal, But yeah, the weather out there is you're going to have to be careful if you're up north and even mid, because I mean you're looking at Nebraska, Iowa. Shoot, it wouldn't surprise me if anything mid United States, lower United States. You're not going to like it because I guess it's going to get a little cool for you, but it's not going to be that bad. Just think about those of us who are a little farther north, and that maybe will help you. Oh, Tyler says it's 1 degree in Sioux City. Oh, that's not fun.
Nope.
Oh, and that was this morning. It was minus 22 with wind chill. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a whole bunch of nope.
If you don't know where Sioux City is, there's 2 Sioux cities, one in Nebraska and one in Iowa, and they're together. So
that's kind of like Kansas City.
Yeah, that's where. That's not and that means Nebraska is cold. That means Iowa is cold. Anything close to Iowa, anything close to Nebraska, they're getting it. But you know what? That's what winter's all about. It helps you remember the good times when you can go camping. And since I'm not going to be. I won't have my own show. I'm going to talk about camping a little bit. Don't forget, come spring, if anybody's wanting to talk about camping, let me know. Okay. Hey, Dirtweed, you're new here. What's up? I'm talking positive today. Okay. I'm talking positive. I talk about anything that is off the cuff, and I talk about funny stories. That's what's up. Right now, I'm going to talk a little bit about camping. Why? Can I get a shout out? Sure, shout out. Hey, Rat. Everybody thinks about going and getting tents. Okay, tenting, I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. I just can't do it because with my physical problems, an air mattress does not cut it. And waking up to cold does not work. Rat, you know what? Be careful about that, buddy. Saying you will donate it if I follow your exact demands. I'm not going to flash you, buddy.
I might.
But anyway, I love it. Hey, Dirt, good to see you. Glad you're here. I'm
glad you're hosting. To have new people pop in.
Host away. Let people know we are out there. Dirt, man, he says he will donate $500. You know what? It depends on what you ask. I'm not that crazy. Some of us are a little bit more crazy than others when it comes to us hosts. So, who knows? Anyway, back to RVs. Oh, no AirPods. Smells like broken. Dirt. Oh, I love it. Anyway, what I was going to say is RVs. If you're thinking about RVs, talk to someone like me. And I say this because RV dealerships, and I know this for a fact, are not going to tell you the truth. They really aren't. They will sell you whatever you want, even if you can't pay for it, or worse yet, even if you don't have a vehicle that'll pull it. They'll tell you it. They'll tell you that it can pull it. Thank you, Dirt. I like my
Mm.
haircut too. Did I get my? Now watch yourself. Hey, I'm old Army. I like it this way. Anyway, so no, what
Hey,
I
he used to look like me way back in the day, so
so here's the deal. You need someone who can tell you after listening to you what you're really looking for. Okay, there are small pop-up RVs or tent RVs, a lot of people call them. Okay, those are great for most everybody, especially if you're just starting out, and especially if you don't have anything to pull it with. You may say, "Oh, I have my little quarter ton." Quarter tons can barely pull a scamper. In other words, they don't pull a lot of weight. And I really mean it. I have a buddy who had one, and I'll tell you what, he couldn't even pull he could only get a scamper. Okay, and those things weigh very little. Okay, did you know that even caravans can pull some pop-ups? Some, not all. So please just keep this in mind, okay? Please keep it in mind. If you donated Rat $3,000, thank you. Our station appreciates it. We're here for the veterans community and for anybody who wants to talk, anybody who wants to listen, and anybody who is looking for help, we're here. So keep this in mind, especially when it comes to RVs, okay, guys? Okay, I RV and make money at the same time. You know, Tyler drives a big truck. That's why he says that.
y'all, he got the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Some of them, like internationals and Peterbilt. Holy shit! The back end of them things is
Oh.
amazing. They have full-blown showers, TVs,
Oh,
full
yes. They're
queen
like
size
RVs.
beds.
They have generators. They have everything. Okay, they are cool. Okay, but again, back to RVs. The vehicle pulling is actually going to dictate what you can or cannot have, unless you go with a motorhome. And then you will still want to talk to me because motorhomes, you can get too much. Quite honestly, a salesman is going to try to get you to spend over $100,000.
Nah,
No joke, bud. I mean, and I know these guys. They were my friends. But you listen to them, and they will tell you that they will lie.
like any car dealership.
Yeah, they will lie even about if your vehicle can pull the RV you just paid for or want. They will lie. So be careful about it. Okay? This is the time of season where a lot of RV shows are going on and they have all their new RVs out. And so there's a lot of used RVs being brought in so the people who have the used stuff can get the new stuff. This is one of the times to go get a used RV. So keep that in mind. I mean, you're not going to pay a lot of money for an RV. Yeah, AL1. You're right. They will sell you a piece of junk. Okay? I'm going to be honest. All right. I bought an RV 4 years ago. Hey, Branko, it's good to see you, buddy. I bought an RV. Dirk, right now, I'd appreciate it if you didn't call in. There is a way, but at the moment, maybe I'll take calls the next hour. We'll see. Okay. Yes, I know. RV stands for recreational vehicle. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh,
You're talking about the RV dealerships ripping people off.
yeah. Okay. I bought an RV. Get this. 28-foot fifth wheel for only $8,500. Here's the reason.
So you get one of them little scampers for free if you're smart about it. Huh?
Well, yeah, and you have to be careful. Okay. I knew that it needed work. In fact, they marked it at $15,000. Okay. The reason I got off is I said, I walked around it and my wife did too. And she said, hey, look, the fiberglass is pulling away from the seam. And I knew how much that was going to cost to replace. And I knew if I would have a lot of times if you have big work done in the winter, the RV dealerships will cut down your costs because they need work during the winter because they don't have sales during the winter, and they want to keep their staff who does repairs on board. During the summer, their staff is busy. They're putting in overtime. But during the winter, they need projects. So I knew that I could get my RV done before summer came and get it for less. It should have cost me $6,000 to repair. It only cost me $35,000.
Legit.
35.
John Savage in the chat asked, what do you think about the old model Winnebagos? Do you think it would pull a trailer or a Jeep?
Okay, you're asking if a Jeep would pull the older Winnebago. Oh, if an old Winnebago
can pull a trailer or a Jeep.
Oh, you're talking about the old Winnebago motorhomes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's where you have to actually go and check. And you can find them online. Look up the year of the Winnebago. And then find the model. And then look up and you'll find the manual. The manual will actually give you the tow. How much it can tow. It'll give you two. It'll give you how much it can pull and how much it can tow. Have to be careful with that. Like my truck can pull 35,000 pounds, but it can only tow 2,600 pounds. Okay.
You're talking weird wizard voodoo math to me right now.
Well, the whole idea is your vehicle. One of the weights that they're talking about is the weight including the vehicle, and the other one is the weight without the vehicle, or the weight with something being pulled. In other words, my RV weighs 14,000 pounds. Okay, by the time you're done with all the math on my RV, it can only pull 19,000 pounds. My truck can. Okay, so if I have to be careful not to put too much weight. In other words, my RV fully loaded only weighs 14,000 pounds. If I were to go get another RV, I would have to be careful how much the RV weighs and how much I would have to be able to put into the RV. So you have to be careful of stuff like that. And I say this because, okay, it also comes down to engine, okay? And so a lot of people don't like this. What's this? What pickup do you have? What pickup do I have? I actually have a Dodge Dually 1-ton with the Cummins engine in it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Diesel engines can pull more than gas engines, and they last better. But when it comes to motorhomes, you're going to pay for that engine. When it comes to pickups, you're going to pay for a diesel engine no matter what. Okay, you are going to pay for it.
Yes, definitely. I bought a 2000 2 F250. It had the 7.3 in it or the 7.4. I can't remember what size. It was the international motor in there.
Yeah.
And $13,000. It was like at the time when I purchased it, it was over almost 10, 15 years at the point.
See, what you're paying for now, someone sat there and said, poor guy, Dodge. No, I bought it for the Cummins. I can take that engine and put it in anything. I wanted it for the Cummins. I like Fords. The problem is the Fords have a piss poor turn radius. And when you're trying to pull around an RV, that does matter.
I just don't like the 6.0 Power Strokes. Just junk.
Yeah, they are. I like their 7.3s. When they lost that contract, they lost their their competition to the Cummins. Okay, so
Diesel hour with John.
yeah, diesel hour with me. Yeah, legally I can hold I can pull 30, but it's only smart to pull count 26. And by the time you get done taking off the weight of the truck, I'm down to around 19. So anyway, I didn't mean to get in the weeds. Anyway, when I bought my RV, $8,500, right? The inside, that's what really counts. Okay? If the inside of my RV is immaculate, and we bought it that way. The outside, it had to be redone, but the inside, beautiful, everything intact, no stains, no nothing. Okay, that is where you're gonna live. I don't care if my outside looks crappy. We made sure to get the seams put back and everything with the fiberglass, and we got a new roof on it and everything. It doesn't look great, but that's okay. I don't want it to look great for the simple fact, if it looks great, people think they can break into it.
Yeah, that's. I was about to say, I've always been one to look for little campers that are like roached out on the inside, and I gut them out and get them for free, gut them out. And what you're going to spend on a camper that had a good inside, you could throw in and design it the way you want it to.
Exactly. And see, inside, it's so immaculate. The only thing I had to do was I took out the old TVs. They were the old tube TVs. Okay.
Oh, the old box one. Oh yeah.
And I put in an LED or LCD. Excuse me. That's it.
That's not an expensive upgrade either.
No.
And it saved you on some weight.
Exactly. So that's all I had to do. Otherwise, it's beautiful. I'm not kidding. What's the average torque power rating for an RV? That's what I'm talking about, Dirt. It depends on the engine, because they either come with gas or they come with diesel. If they come with gas, you're going to hate life. I am being honest. You are going to hate life, because when it comes going up and down, and unless you are planning to go everywhere where it's flat, you're not going to enjoy the up. And I'm just saying, I've watched people curse. They have these nice RVs, and they're bragging them up, and they start going up, and by the time they get up, they're going 10 miles an hour. Shoot, that sucks. Anyway, tonight I'm talking and just enjoying, because Minx is going to be back, and y'all are going to have her, and you're going to be able to talk trash and everything with her and enjoy it. Tonight, I'm enjoying the fact we can talk positive and talk about upcoming and look forward to things. That's kind of why I'm talking about RVs. It's time to start thinking about forward. What are you going to do this spring? What are you going to do this summer? I'm already planning my vacation. My wife and I, we're going to take a vacation. I'm not going to tell you where. And you have to call in 6 months ahead of time. So we have to make sure that we count back 6 months, and then I have to call in on a specific day to get that reservation. But that's planning, and that gets you what you want, and you have something to look forward to, man. Last year,
That's why I've been planning me a good trip. I want to take a trip to Ireland, but that's a 5-year plan I've been saving up for.
Now, I've never asked you, and yes, I have asked you. You are VA retired, but you're not Army retired, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know right now they're considering allowing VA 100%ers or considered service connected to do hops now?
I have no idea what hops is.
In other words, you can do a hop on a plane.
Oh, like a Space A?
Yeah, Space A. They're considering it, man. They've been considering.
That's legit.
Yeah. I mean, then you're talking, you could fly like out of where I am, and they have a one going over there 4 times a month. Cost you $20.
Oh, that's not bad at all. I mean,
No.
flying out of the States is expensive. Flying back into the States isn't so bad.
Yeah. Well, but you see what I'm saying. So, keep these options in mind. Guys, if you are retired out of the military, use what your benefit. There are 2 books out there. If you like RVing, or if you like tents, or if you like to know about hotels or the lodging, there's 2 books.
Yeah.
There's a base book, and there's a RV book. The base book mentions every single base out there. The RV book will include stuff that isn't on the base book because there are actually military reservations that are not a part of the bases that have places for RVs.
I know I can speak from experience being stationed at Fort Belvoir for a while. They had a huge RV camp, and it was in a beautiful location.
Yeah. So, keep these things in mind. The summer is coming. I mean, I start RVing at the end of April, first part of May. I will be out there from like Thursday until Sunday morning. And I come in during the day to go work out. I gotta keep my girlish figure. And I'm gonna be doing my streaming. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna be out there in the evening with my wife. We're gonna enjoy the quiet. You have no idea how enjoyable it is out there.
Oh, you have no idea. The sound of silence is the most beautiful thing on a planet.
Yeah, I mean, things you got to include in your life. Think about it. Enjoy it. And this is stuff I would have talked about later if today wasn't my last day. So I'm talking about it now. Why? What reason? Because you deserve to remember this stuff. Now is this time to think about it. Because believe it or not, the place I'm going to be going to, they start their whole summer reservation starts in April. Okay, and you make all your reservations at one time, and sometimes the days you want are full if you don't call in that day. That's how a lot of places get because a lot of people want to be able to go on the bases, on the military reservations, and they want to enjoy the peacefulness, and they enjoy the fact that they're around a bunch of brothers and sisters. And it's safe. You don't have to worry about someone partying until 3 or 4 in the morning. And you don't have to worry about like state and federal parks. You will actually find people cooking meth. You will find
Holy crap.
You will find campsites full of the damn syringes.
See, every campsite I've experienced, in especially the Virginia area, they're not too bad. There's a few that you got to be careful about. Like, just they're straight up like people live in them things year round. Those are the ones you want to kind of stay away from.
Exactly. So, just something to keep in mind, my friends. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is what I want you to know about, so that you can start planning now. And it's something you can enjoy. If you're thinking about an RV, look me up. We'll talk RV. Because I'm actually going to be making some YouTube videos about vehicles, pulling vehicles, hitches, and then the RVs themselves, so that people don't mess up their RVs, so that you can maintain them and not have to pay big bills. Okay? That's the type of stuff I want you guys to know about. I'm also planning to make some YouTube videos with a friend of mine. We're gonna start out. We're gonna do stuff for exercise, starting out with stretching. The stuff that's basic, the stuff that gets you moving, the stuff that gets you out the door and back a part of life. Because we all know it's too easy. If you're getting enough money from the VA, it's just too damn easy to sit at home. You know, I have to admit, I was one of those people. When I first became disabled, I was in so much pain, I didn't want to leave the house. It sucked. I did not want to leave the house. Um, I only went out when I had to, and that wasn't right. And I had kids. That wasn't right for them. So I'm going to try to help you go further. All right, y'all? That's what I want you to consider. That's what I want you to be a part of. I'm going to bring up the stuff that will help you. You know, look up Pookie. He's always trying to do stuff. He's always trying to get into stuff. He streams himself, don't you, Poops?
That I do on occasion. I haven't been doing as much lately, situations, but I do stream occasionally.
He's the one who I was watching when he was doing Skyrim. You know, sometimes watching someone else play a game is not stressful. It's rather than sitting there going like this and tensing up while you're pushing those buttons, you can just sit there and go, oh, hey, cool. I like that. Yeah, I remember that. Or, I didn't know that trick. Something to consider, my friends. Something to consider. So, keep things like that in mind, okay? Tyler says he uses an old tube TV. You know, I still have a couple. They're eventually gonna make it to the dump. I just haven't gotten there. They're too heavy. I can't put them in the camper. They actually have that. They're too heavy. I try to cut the weight down in my RV. So anyway, it's getting close, and I'm sitting here going, you know, why not? So let's go ahead and
break time.
Let's cut to break. Y'all stick around, share me, like me, and let's enjoy the second hour. Shots.
Life up, life down, life around this whole damn town. Life done good, life done bad. Done some things that I shouldn't have. I found a girl, sweet as can be. Took her heart and then she took it back from me. And I ain't proud. So go, make your decision. Now should I stay or should I go? And do you think that they will even listen? It's been so long since I've been home. I've been in, I've been out. Done some things that I don't talk about. I've been dark, brought to the light. Been to some parts that I do not like. I found a friend close to me. Brought to the light, now I can see I've been let down. Go, make your decision. Yeah, should I stay or should I go? And do you think that they will even listen? It's been so long since I've been home. Catch me hopping out the car with some honeys on my arm. We're so out of space that we're shooting for the stars. We got a little taste and we want a little more. So I'm whittling the shit to roast these hoes with the s'mores. We're heading coast to coast, never searching for the shore. We're going to the city where we get all our support. With the next best thing while y'all are coming up short. All the fans, they want us. Ladies really love us. Haters always run up, man, they try to fucking shove us. But when we tell them glove up, we turn fighters into runners. Come around here, get done up, you know we on the come up. Woken from a slumber, boy, don't give your girl my number. And you ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows now. You ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows it's us.
It's like I'm looking for a rival. Been thumbing through my lyrics like they were verses in the Bible. Rehearsing the verse like every single line was vital. You do this shit for fun while I do it for survival. I'm coming out hot like the bullet from a rifle. I'm headed to the top, boy, I think I'll take the title. I'm entitled to this throne and I've been waiting quite a while. Been talking behind my back, but your girl, she likes my style. I'll add her to the list, then I'll throw her on the pile. Come in with a poker face and leave here with a smile. You came to face the facts, but you're all still in denial. Throw it on the vinyl like you can miss my raps. Haven't heard that one in a while, bitch.
And you ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows now. You ain't never heard nothing like this. A little bit low, little high pitch. And you ain't never heard nothing like us. But everywhere we go, man, everybody knows it's us. Everybody knows it's us. Everybody knows it's us. Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows. 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows?
Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that
Yo.
will ever make us change. No. We're never
Just
gonna
doing some music here,
change.
Pooks.
Midday after
They can
day,
hear
it's
us,
just
so.
the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the line in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up. Blow it all away. No sense in growing up. We laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever change, no. We're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music, but nobody is moving. Cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused. Till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end. Cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions. Like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear, and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change. Cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want. But if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change, no. We're never gonna change.
WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, we are back. And you know, they forgot to include anal leakage.
What?
That whole disclaimer, they forgot to include anal leakage.
I didn't even think of that.
That used to be the thing. Do you remember, what was that?
It was sunflower oil.
No, what it was is it was for getting fat not to accumulate in your body. That whole diet thing.
Oh
It was a
yeah, I know
diet
what you're talking
medicine,
about.
right?
Because I heard it was something to do with like sunflower oil too caused it.
No, I remember that was one of the, and they snuck it right in there. May cause anal leakage. You're like, what? What they just say?
Yeah, yeah. You're like, what? You listen to some of the commercials for those pharmaceuticals, you scratch your head like, how the hell are they even selling this shit? No?
Yeah, exactly right. You know, you don't know these days what they're giving you and what they're trying to force down your throat. So be careful out there, my friends. Be careful. And if you ain't sure, talk to someone, ask, push your doctor, advocate for yourself. Say, okay, I heard. And get them to explain it. And if they don't want to explain it, say, then I guess, you know what? I need a different doctor.
Oh,
Because, man, it's too important. This is your life. Okay? This is you. And, you know, I'm in a great mood. No matter how my life goes, I always advocate for myself. I try to get people to advocate for themselves. You need to take control of you. And you need to take control of your life. Everybody says, oh, the VA, man, I don't get anywhere. No, not true. There's always a way. Okay? And there's always a way to make something work. I don't care what you say. Okay? I know this. I've had to deal with a lot of crap. So, you're capable. You were in the military, damn it. You were capable just because you were in the military. You know what hardships are. They don't. make them feel it. Okay. Now, Pooks brought up a story I don't have any pictures of, but
Oh,
I'm going to let him talk about it.
well, this is a little bit of local news that kind of hit it mainstream. Like media kind of, they made a big deal out of it because, have you ever heard of magnet fishing?
Magnet fishing.
You throw a magnet on a really high, I guess, test line, like 200, 300, 400 pounds, like bay line kind of, and you just dredge it across the bottom of the river or lake or whatever it is, and you pull whatever you catch up. Some people find some really interesting things doing this.
Okay.
Well, this gentleman in my area found a World War II hand grenade and decided that he was going to take it to Taco Bell.
Whoa.
Well, I think what happened was he realized what it was when he was at the Taco Bell and freaked out and called the authorities. But it had shut down my local Taco Bell for, I don't know, maybe like 3 hours almost.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was a little bit insane, there's crazy things you can find in the water if you do that magnet fishing. I seen one guy pull a safe out that had a whole bunch of money, turn it over to the authorities, and they found out who it belonged to.
Wow. That's cool. See, all that stuff happens down in Florida. You just have to sit there and go, what the hell is in the water down there? And now you know.
I don't know.
And now
What was that?
And now you know. Grenades.
Well, you can find anything at the bottom of the water. Honest to God, truth, it was a World War II era grenade, so it's been sitting down there for going close to 80 years now.
Wow, jeez, that makes you wonder. Dang.
This is another just legit Florida man story. I saw it all over the news. I was like, who the hell finds so? And then I read the news article. I was like, holy shit, that's my Taco Bell.
Jeez, that is a trip. See, you got to find the humor all around you. Spanky, now this might have become a crisis to her because that shuts down the local Taco Bell, and she does so love her Taco Bells. But to the rest of us, we're just sitting there going, come on, you couldn't realize what the hell that was before you went to Taco Bell?
Well, someone posted, and Nate posted, the guy blew the bathroom up more than one way.
I love it.
Or at least attempted to. I found a hand grenade. Let's go eat some damn Taco Bell so I can blow the bathroom up twice.
That's funny. I love it. People, remember to laugh at life. Go find stuff that you can smile at. Come on, we're military. We have warped sense of humor to begin with, but it doesn't hurt to add in a little bit. If you want to have fun, go to a mall or go to Walmart.
Oh, Walmart in my area is just, oh my God. If you know where I live, go to my local Walmart. I'm not going to tell you where I live, but my local Walmart, and you'll enjoy yourself every last minute of it.
I have sat there in malls and just sat there and watched, and people don't realize what they're doing when they're walking around. They do things unconsciously. They just, what they would probably be very conscious of if they were in a crowd where they knew were watching, like, pick their nose, whatever. When they're in the mall and they're walking that circle, the drone walk. Ooh, what's in that shop? What's in that shop? What's in that shop? And as they're doing that, you would be surprised some of the things these people do. I've seen women do some. Women talk about guys scratching our asses and everything else, right? Scratch our balls, whatever. Women are just as bad. No joke. Funny as heck to watch. I kid you not. You just sit there going, really? Really? So I don't know. I mean, I have to sit there and wonder what people are do or don't see. I mean, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy trying to figure out what people are or are not seeing in their lives.
I'll tell you what is more entertaining than Walmart is I lived in DC area for a good minute and getting stuck in I-95 traffic around the DC area, bumper to bumper, and you just look over on the person sitting next to you and you see the most ridiculous shit.
And see,
Like one time, bumper traffic, this dude is reading a book. I'm like, you're reading a book and driving at the same time.
oh jeez. I mean that's crazy. And that's the thing. That's what we actually end up seeing. And people don't see themselves when they're doing this. I mean, literally, I have watched women come out of the bathrooms and they're still adjusting their dresses down past their underwear. In other words, they're still above their underwear and they're still pulling it down. And it's like, really? Really? In public? But they don't think about that. You got to laugh at stuff like that. You got to sit there and go, okay, you know, and then you have to sit there and wonder, what do I look like? Am I getting caught doing this stuff too?
I'm pretty sure I've been on the bad end of people's visuals before, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. I mean,
I mean, the thing that cracks me up down here is when you see old people speeding, and I'm like, dude, you're in God's waiting room. Slow the fuck down.
mhm. Hey, I'm one of those old people. Watch it.
Yeah, but you're not in God's waiting room, so I mean, it's a difference.
No, I'm not anymore. I must admit, I'm actually doing better, and I do that in knock on wood, so on and so forth. I'm doing better. Um, I'm maintaining better. When I get sick, I'm able to recover better, and that's nice. If you're having problems, look me up. I'm alternative. The VA, they're all about pushing their medicine. Okay, and Pookie will tell you because he and I've talked about stuff um, that is not VA, and there's things out there that you can do for yourself, and it will help you. Now, does he listen to me? I don't know. He won't tell me.
Oh no, I listen. I listen. Trust me, I love getting new information on things.
Does he do it? That's a whole nother thing.
That might be. I'm stubborn like that.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of stuff out there. Boss Gamer, that's a little off the wall. You need to stop that crap. Don't be sad, okay? Don't act sad. Be one of those people. You're better than that. Anyway, so people, think about things that make you smile. That's what I was trying to do earlier when I was talking all about the different RV stuff. Remember summer's coming. Remember Valentine's Day's coming. Things like that. I'm trying to help you remember. One, look forward. Past tomorrow. Look forward. Plan. Get something that you have something to look forward to. When you work in a job, you have to have something that you have to look forward to so that job is not all of your life.
Yeah, you can't unless you really, really, really love what you do. You need a de-stressor.
Exactly. I talk about RVing. Okay, my wife works, so we go out and we RV every other week, or every other week to every 3 weeks during the summer. It's spring and summer, and then at the end of summer, we find a big thing to do. Last year it was Hawaii. Okay,
I bet that was fun.
those pictures during break and at the end, I took those pictures. Okay, that was Hawaii. That's what I did with my wife to de-stress, to let go of it all. Okay, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to remember to do. You know, an RV, the reason I bring it up, it's yours. You own it. You're not paying for a hotel. You're not paying to go. You don't have to pay to go out. It's all encompassing cost. You can bring your own food. You got your bed. You got your entertainment. And if you feel like it, you can go for a walk. Depending on where,
See, I like to fix things. That's what I like to do. Like if I like, that's my de-stressor. I find something that's broken and I fix it.
and see, that's there's all sorts of stuff. Whatever de-stresses, remember that. Whatever makes you feel good, remember that. Because that is what's going to help you. That's being positive. That's remembering that you matter. That's remembering that your significant other matters. And if you don't have a significant other, just remember you matter. You know, there are places you can go with RVs that are wonderful. And you can go on trails. And yeah, you'll sit there and say, well, I humped enough ruck when I was in the service. You're not humping a ruck, my friend. And you don't have to go 5 miles. You can go 1/16 of a mile and feel good. Because you got out. When I go out, electronics turned off. Well, not all the way, but I turn off Facebook and all that stuff. Okay? I make it so that my life is quiet when I go out. Okay? That's what's important. That's what you need to remember for you. Hey, those of you coming back in the room, remember to like and share, please. Please share this to your page and go to WTF Nation and remember to like and follow us. And go to my John Al. If you want to talk to me or you just want to follow me, also go to my page, John Al. It's posted up on the tag. Look me up. I'm around. We'll talk. This is the type of stuff I like to talk about. Because, all right, Pookie, he's still going through getting better stage.
Yes.
Okay? He's still trying to find his way through the murkiness of getting to where he may not be perfectly healthy, but at least he can maintain a health, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I've been there. And it can be very depressing. It can cause all sorts of anxieties because every day is scary. You don't know what day is going to knock you down and hurt you. But if you have something to look forward to, it makes all the difference. It changes your attitude. When I first became disabled, my wife was also disabled. That's right. We were not thinking like that. It was day to day. And it hurt. It hurt us. My third ex-wife, I was disabled, she wasn't, but she was caught up in other things. The wife I'm with now, my fourth wife, we made it a decision that we were going to do things so that we had something to look forward to. I was still very disabled at that point. She said, you take care of you. You help yourself. You go to the doctors. You do what it takes. That's your job. And then she said, and we need to find something to have to look forward to. And that's when I ended up with an RV. She didn't think, she's the first thing out of her mouth that's not camping.
That would come out my mouth too.
But it is camping for someone like me. Okay, because I physically can't do the tent thing. That just does not work. It's a no-go. It's a non-starter. One, I can't use an air mattress. Two, unless it's like 60 degrees at night and 70 degrees when I wake up, 60, 70 when I get up, I'm not getting up because I'm going to hurt. An RV, I have a little personal heater going at night to keep my RV just just right, okay? And then the heater kicks in if I need it to, and it keeps it warm, keeps it beautiful, and I mean wonderful. And so if it's it doesn't get 60 or 70 until 11, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, guess what? I'm all good. I'm happy because I'm still warm and I get a hot shower on top of it. That's what's important. What do you think, folks?
I agree with you. Just I like my cabin.
He likes it. You like your cabin or camping?
Camping.
Ah, so you still like the tents?
I like it as primitive as possible.
Ah, see, I did too. When I was not disabled, I loved going out and camping. Remember to do things that make you happy. Pookie, he would be out there with his camper or with his tent. And would you even have a hot plate?
That's what cast iron's for, and I'd probably have a backpack, and I'd probably be sleeping under a poncho tent. I like to keep it all something I can carry on my back when I do it.
Ah, see, that's the way. That's the way I used to be, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just physically I can't do that stuff no more. And some of you can, and some of you can't.
That's just why I don't do it no more.
The truth comes out. Well, I don't know what you have to pull with, but maybe you could go out and get yourself a pop-up trailer.
Maybe. To me, that's just not camping. It's just like moving somewhere and that I can have a fire, Roast some marshmallows and go inside and watch TV. I mean, I can do that at the house if I wanted to.
I get that, but you know what? Where I go, I get to see a bunch of my friends. Even if I don't know them, they're brothers and sisters. I get to see my army buddies. I get to see military buddies. I get to get out where it's not home, where it's just push it away and enjoy. So, and you know what, Boss Gamer, not cool, man. Over there in Mixer, just go ahead and tell him you're sad for him and sad that he can't be a grown-up and handle a grown-up conversation. That's sad.
These people.
It's okay. I don't believe in giving in to being angry. I learned that.
Embrace the dark side every now and then when it's appropriate.
I can understand that. Rarely do I get angry. Rarely do I get mad. I don't feel the need to get mad. I don't feel the need to take my anger out on others.
Yeah, I will totally agree with you on that. Sometimes just, what do they say? Like sometimes it's just best to bite your tongue.
Well, it's not just that. Being positive, you figure out it's not personal. No matter what you do, it's not personal. They can't get to you unless you let it be personal. The world can't get to you unless you let it be personal. I'm just not willing to let it be personal. And that's what's important to me.
So, my old man used to tell me, just let it run off your back like water off a duck's back. Took me forever to figure that out, but I mean,
Oh yeah.
I'm a slow learner.
Well, here's what when I went into the service, I was very fiery. I was full of it. Didn't take much to get me angry. And I had a roommate, sarcastic as hell, and I really didn't like it. But then he finally sat down and said, "What's the problem with you?" And I said, "I don't like your sarcastic attitude. I don't like the fact that every other word out of your mouth is fuck, so on and so forth. I don't like it." And he said, "Okay, why?" I said, "You make it personal." He said, "It ain't personal. It's only personal when you let it be personal." And he said, here's a question for you. I call you a bastard. Are you a bastard? Is your, and he went into the definition of bastard. I went, no. He said, are you a jackass? Are you a donkey? I said, no. He said, so what's the deal? If you are not those, how can you take it personal? That's when it started to hit me and put me in the right mind frame. It only gets to you if you allow the intent. I don't allow the intent. I look at the definition of the word. Jackass. Am I a donkey? No. So I guess it doesn't pertain to me.
Yeah, I mean, I call some of my best friends all the time. Say as soon as I see them, I'm like, "Hey, dickhead," don't mean anything. Like, I'm just being an asshole at that point. Well, I'm not an asshole, but
no, but that's just it.
I'm just joshing, I guess, or yeah.
And that's just it. You have to, if you do it that way, and that may sound simple, but sometimes the simplest way is the best way to take on what aggravates you. Because if you don't, and you let things get you, and thank you, Spanky, I appreciate what you did. She put someone, she gave someone a timeout. You don't mess with the Spanks. But no, that's the whole idea, people. Gotta live life, and the more you let life get to you, it takes away your energy to live life. While I don't mean to rant on, I'm gonna go into a story just because it's for fun, and this one is actually kind of funny to tell you how ridiculous. As much as I love animals, how ridiculous life can be. Man rents $1,500 apartment for daughter's cats.
So what?
Yeah, $1,500 for just for his daughter's cats.
So, dude, I could use about $500 a month. Just send it to me because that's extra money in my pocket at that point.
2 cats live by themselves in a $1,500 a month Silicon Valley studio apartment.
Jeez, that's the reason why housing's so expensive down there.
California man who couldn't keep his daughter's 2 cats in his apartment came up with a solution, renting them their own $1,500 apartment.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Troy Good, 43 years old, said he recently moved into a new apartment where he discovered he wasn't allowed to keep Tina and Louise, the cats he adopted from his now 18-year-old daughter, Victoria Ameth, who is away at college. Good ended up renting the $1,500 a month studio apartment behind friend Dave Kalig's San Jose home to give the cats a place to live on their own. You can't make
the more you read this, the more agitated I get with this.
They definitely have the nicest cat apartment in Silicon Valley, Good told the San Jose Mercury News. Kalish said the cats are good tenants. Basically, I've got 2 renters that don't have opposable thumbs, Kalish said. It's actually great. They're very quiet, obviously. The only problem is they stink up the place. Gee.
Oh, dear God.
You can't make stuff like this up, people.
No, you can't. It's like, oh, you give me on a tirade. Like, there's a bunch of homeless people running around, but you're putting cats in a $1,500.
Only in California, right? Only in California.
Oh, only in California. I swear there must be some weird disease floating around out that way to make people do dumb crap like that.
Okay. People who know me know I love animals. Okay. I do. Okay.
I love animals too. I love them to death.
The first thing I would have done is made sure I could move into that apartment with animals. So that's a no-go on his side. I mean, you have animals, that's the first thing out of your mouth. Do you take animals? If they say no, move on, okay? But to sit there and actually say, okay, if he was smart, I'll be honest, if he is smart, he would have moved in with the cats.
He just got money to blow at that point.
I know. It's like,
the $1,500 a month to house someone, man. Come on. You could feed a poor homeless person on the street at that point, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Doc
Mortar saying,
it's funny. It's so funny because he's in California, and all right.
Doc Mortar is saying only in California do cats have apartments and straws are illegal.
There you go.
I mean, you can't make stuff like this up. You just can't.
When you say it's something, okay, I hear Florida man, I'm like, haha, Florida man's crazy, right? But then when I hear California, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be batshit fucking crazy.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing with California, it's sad because they go to extreme lengths to where it's not funny anymore. Florida, you get the off the wall guy who does something off the wall. Okay.
Like, oh, I'm gonna roll into a gas station with an alligator in my arm, toting an alligator to get some beer during a beer run. That's
I
mean,
there's
just not that crazy.
Let me see. Where is it? Did I keep it? I'm looking for it. There we go.
Oh.
You want now that you mentioned alligator? Here we go. One. Pennsylvania man's pet alligator is an emotional support animal.
Oh no. And this is another place that this is where I was born. Pennsylvania is like my homeland. So this is hurting me really bad.
We're starting to explain Pookie in a nutshell here.
Jesus.
A Pennsylvania man says his pet alligator is an emotional support animal and he has been taking the reptile to visit the elderly. Oh.
Oh my God.
Joey Henley, who hosted his own hunting and fishing show from 1989 until 2000 on the outlets including ESPN Outdoors, and his 4.5-foot alligator, Wally, paid a visit to the Glatefeld Community Center at Assisted Living Development, the Village at Sprinkle Drive, north of York. Say that in one sentence. Okay.
Of course, it was in York.
Henny encouraged residents and staff members not to be afraid of the alligator's mouthful of teeth. He's just like a dog, Henny told the New York Daily. He wants to be loved and petted. He said,
no.
Yeah. He said Wally pays frequent visits to schools and senior centers. And he said the alligator is a registered emotional support animal, but isn't granted any special privileges under the Animals with Disabilities Act. And he said Wally spends the bulk of his time in a 300-gallon pond in his living room.
Oh, dear God.
He said the alligator enjoys watching TV and hiding is in his home's cupboards.
And this is why Rome is burning, gentlemen.
I love it. People, you cannot make this stuff up.
This is legit. Like everyone's like, "Oh, our country's so messed up right now." Just listen to this news story. That's you. Oh my god.
I mean, really, we can't make this stuff up. I mean, could you imagine? And you saw the picture there. Could you imagine that walking in? First thing you think is terrorist.
Oh my. I gotta do my what's it spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch real quick because man, if I'm like 90 years old and I see an alligator come rolling up in there, I'm like, please tell me that's for dinner or get that the hell out of here.
Yeah, right. It's gonna scare you, right? And I'm just sitting there going, I mean, I have seen everything. There are people who abuse that emotional animal law all to hell and back. Okay, but this, wow, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Sure, John, where's the reset button? Can I push it now?
someday we'll talk about that when you want to talk to me as a shaman, my friend.
I didn't see you did that reset button. Go back to the primitive caveman times.
Well, and that's just it. People who know me, okay. I've had people question who and what the hell I am. I've actually had people say, "You're not a shaman." I don't care if you say I'm a shaman. I don't care one way or the other. I am a shaman. I am what I am. And
that would be like me going up to someone and say you're not a person.
Yeah, I mean, I have fun, and I say things, and I do things, and I've heard people say, "Well, a shaman wouldn't do that," and I said, "You know what? I know shaman."
But are you a shaman? That's what I would ask.
I know shaman, and the funny thing is, they're worse.
So I would probably be a bad shaman because I'd just be the asshole. Go rub dirt in it. That helps.
You know, shaman are just like you and me, except for they're even more warped because, and I okay, here's my perspective. Everybody says that I'm this positive being, okay? I choose to be positive. It doesn't mean I don't see reality. It doesn't mean I don't. Here's the real thing. I see people. I don't just see their physical. I see their spirit. I see their aura. I feel their energy. And I'll tell you what, folks, a lot of people out there don't feel good around me. I don't they're greasy, they're hurting, they're lost in their world. And I have to, and they get around me and I feel that. So you know what? I decided to be positive because then maybe that ill feeling changes.
That's you know who George Carlin is?
Oh, I love George Carlin.
He was a nihilist to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
It, like one day he just woke up and realized, "Fuck it, I'm gonna point that. I'm gonna point your negative out." And I love the guy for it.
Well, that's just it. I put a filter. People don't need to hear they're negative. They really don't. Because it's too obvious anymore. They need to be reminded of the positive. That's the reason I do what I do. That's the reason I talk to y'all positively. That's the reason I've been called Mr. Rogers. Because I don't swear a whole lot. It's not that I can't.
That's my mission sometimes is to get you to drop an F-bomb. I did it twice tonight.
It's not that I can't swear. It's that, to me, I'm enjoying being positive. I enjoy being positive for you. So then maybe you can walk away tonight positive. How many of y'all did my homework the last couple weeks when I say, have you made someone smile?
Exactly.
Have you opened a door and just said, have a good day? Or,
I do this all the time.
Yeah, You do that. Okay? That is what I do every day.
It's too easy to say, how you doing? How's your day been? Blah, blah. Talk to the you go to the gas station to buy your gas,
Yep.
and you want to buy a drink, and that cash register just the cashier at that point looks miserable as hell. You just say, how you doing? How's your day been? You might hold the line up for about an extra 5 seconds. Everyone behind you might get a little mad at you, but you know what? You can wait, making someone happy.
Omen, you know what? That's not needed. Um, uh, saying I want to beat on orphan holding a rescue dog after hearing your voice. You know what? That's sad. And I'm sad to hear that. So you know what? Go in a little corner and be angry. That's your choice. I choose not to be angry. And if my voice irritates you, so be it.
You'd be the first person on the face of the planet that Mr. Owl's voice irritates.
Thank you. So guys, I've said it and I keep reiterating, Minx comes back next week. That doesn't mean you can't be positive. It doesn't mean you can't tune in to Kicking It with Cause. I'm the co-host. And it doesn't mean you can't follow my page. I will help you be positive because every day I put little kitten stuff on my page. Why?
Man, I'll wear unicorn and kitten t-shirts all the time. You look at me and I'm like the scariest looking person to meet, but then my outwear makes me look like a happy person.
Yeah.
Because I like to paint happy trees.
And that's the important thing. And again, yeah, thank you for the following, Jeffrey. So no, keep these things in mind. Keep you in mind. Be your best friend. Learn, and I'm not talking about, I'm all that. No, be your best friend. Learn to like. Learn to get along. Be happy. Advocate for yourself. I say these things and I preach these things because that's a decision I made, and that's a decision y'all should be making. When we were little kids, we knew how to be nice to each other. Later in life,
I think children have the politics of insects.
Later in life, kids sometimes bullied, but that's usually something they learn from their parents.
I totally agree with that.
So
also, the thick skin is learned from parents too.
yes.
This why are you worried about that? Does that hurt you? Did that hurt you? Did those words physically hurt you? They might have emotionally hurt you. Get over it.
And that's
There's mean people in the world.
And that's what I try to say. And Pookie's right. Words don't hurt you. It's a choice if they hurt you. Don't choose to let
Sticks
them hurt
and stones might break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
Exactly. We are good people. You started out good people when you were a little kid.
I don't know about me. I was a little asshole.
We grew up, we became cynics. Now you sit there and say, well, you're a silly man. You know what? I am a silly man. I'm a silly, simple shaman. I'm simple. My thoughts are simple. My way of life is simple.
Mm-hmm. The people who I trust the most in life are the most humblest.
I don't know what's humble because to me, it's not about ego. It's about living.
Most people need to learn how to strip that thing off them, that ego, strip it, get rid of it. Until you've stripped your ego once or twice, you ain't lived life yet.
And I'm going to say this. I don't have an ego, and I'm not jealous. I'm a little sad because I won't be back next week on Tuesday. Minx will, and I grant her, this is her show. It's Tied Up Tuesday. And she's coming back, and I want you all to give her a warm welcome and be positive for her because she deserves that. Okay? I deserve positive, and so does she. And you deserve positive. And if you give positive, she'll be positive back. But it's a choice, people. It's a choice, my brothers and sisters. We are good people through and through. That's the whole reason I talk about vacations. That's the whole reason I talk about alternatives to medication. Because opiates they bring you down.
Ah, fuck that noise. Fuck it. Excuse my language again, but you said the nasty word, and that's the nastiest thing that's ever been invented and created
I agree.
by mankind.
I can bring up millions of ways. That's an over-exaggeration. I can bring up many ways that are alternative to the opiates. I wish the VA would talk to someone like me. We could sit down and come up with things that would repair people and make it so they can maintain until they're fully repaired.
You're forgetting something. There's this magical dollar sign that's always floating over top of them.
Well, there's another thing that goes along with that, and that's instant gratification.
And it's easier for doctors just to be like, here's a script.
Well, and if I sit there and I say, okay, you're going to have to go to this person, do this and this, well, that takes a little bit more time than just hand you a prescription. But
I agree with you totally on that, but I do believe that doctors have gotten to the point now where they're just like, here's a script, get the fuck out my face.
Well, yeah, they're given a time. Doctors are given 5, 10, 15 minutes, and they have to have you out the door. I don't have that time limit. You can talk to me. I have people that I've talked to for 3 and 5 hours just in the last couple weeks to help them figure it out. And I'm willing to do that for anybody because that's what's important to me. That's what should be important to you. Because I'll tell you, those medications, eventually they ain't going to work. You're going to have to get worse and worse medications. And you're going to end up drinking a beer, sitting behind a computer, and depressed as all get out. Beating off to porn, whatever gets you going. But it's a sad picture.
That devil porn.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Me, I get up every day. I go to the gym every day or every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I get on here and I stream so that anybody who wants to talk to me that day can find me. And if they need to, I can pause and we can talk for a minute. Or if they need to, I'll say, okay, everybody, someone needs my help. And I will go ahead and close out and I will call them. That is what doctors used to do. They can't anymore.
And doctors used to visit your house when you're sick.
So we have to do that for each other. We need to be there for each other. You know I'm around. Let people know. If you got friends who have PTSD, you got friends who are having all sorts of physical problems, get them to me. We'll talk. And if I don't know it, I know people that do. And I'll talk you through it. I'll talk your friend through it. And we'll make it work. Sometimes it costs money, but I'll tell you what, it don't cost that much. What I spend for alternatives, I spend a good penny, but that's my choice. I don't have to spend all that. The basic essentials, less than $100 a month. No, actually, every 90 days. So there are things out there that will help you, my friends. I'm always around. Again, I say this. I will be on Grunt Gaming Network starting next Monday. And I have to do my time conversion. 3 hours at 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be on the Grunt Gaming Network on Twitch. Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday, I will be on my own page. Come look me up, my friends. Smoking weed, you know what? I have my back and forth with that. And Pookie knows that.
I totally agree with you. I've got my back and forth with it too.
It's not that I don't believe in CBD oil. I just don't believe in the stuff that goes in your lungs, and I don't believe in the THC because it hasn't been researched enough. And I happen to know anything you put in your lungs, smoking wise, is going to do damage, even if the chemicals don't. The heat will. It will burn your lungs.
And yes, I smoke almost a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. So bam, it's
Yeah.
bad for you.
So I love having these conversations. If y'all want me around, look me up. Hell, tell WTF. Get you want to hear from me. I'm around. And I will always be around. I'm the owl. I'm in my nest, always watching.
Woohoo!
And I love y'all. Y'all are special to me. Y'all mean something to me. And Pookie and I, we work well together because Pookie, he knows the hardships. And we both have had to fight through it. And y'all are trying to fight through it right now. And that's what I'm here for. I want to help you fight the fight. The fight that the military doesn't help you with. The fight that the VA don't help you with. The fight that nobody really understands. I want to help you fight that fight. I want to be there for that fight. And I want to be there to help guide your hand. So I'm around. I've given you. If you're curious, go to WTF Nation. Email them. Say, wait, hey, what show was John Al on? And they'll say, Kicking It with Cause. And they'll say, what about the Grunt Gaming Network? And that schedule will start next week. And they'll say, and if you want, well, didn't he say he streams on his own page? They can give you that too. Pookie, like his page too. Like Pookie's page. You know why? You know the reason? Because he streams too. And he talks.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good person. And he just likes to be able to say, hey, what you doing? And giving you a smile. And that's all it takes sometimes. So, we're at the end of the time. We're at the end of Tied Up Tuesdays with Al and Pookie. Minx will be here next week. Greet her with open arms and a smile. She deserves that. And I'm not going to get all whiny or teary-eyed on you. I'm just going to say I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing me in your computer, in your phone, in your listening device, and thank you for listening to me. It's Kicking It with Cause, which is on Sunday, Coro. Y'all, my words of wisdom. Remember to be simple. Remember to respect yourself. And remember that you matter and that you should care about yourself. Not everybody will do that for you. But if you do that for yourself, that smile will come out. Words of wisdom, Poops?
I actually had a blank this week. I'll go back to like I always say, it's like just please, if you feel a certain way, talk to someone.
Thank you, Poops.
Don't do anything stupid that would affect everyone around you. And don't kick your dog. Don't beat your spouse. And don't drink yourself to death, people.
Thank you. This is John Al with Pookie. We're signing off. Minx will be back next week. Shots.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away. And the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road calls as the wind blows. 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones. Hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows?
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
Man, day after day is just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that someone never changed. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the lying in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you. I ain't like you.
Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day. And there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.